Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Healthy Living Scottsdale podcast. I'm your host today, Coach Jolie, and I'm joined by Coach Brandy. And we have a fun topic. We're talking about all or nothing mindset. We've got some super fun stuff that we're going to dive into. But first, we want to give a shout out to a member of the week. And this week's member of the week, we want to give him a shout out, Curtis Indike. He is, I don't even know where to start. He's been a member for a while. He left for a little bit. He's come back, just work and life changes and things like that. But he found his way back to Legacy because he missed our programming, our workouts, the people. And Brandy, you could probably speak to his consistency and just how far he's come.
Curtis is incredible, and it's a great person to be talking about this week because he actually went through a huge transformation when he joined Legacy. The first time he was part of our nutrition program, went through the nutrition program, and lost a ton of weight. It was incredible. One day he brought me like his the picture that we took of him on the first day when he joined Legacy.
Yeah.
And then, at the end of this nutrition program where he lost like probably over 50 pounds.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And he's like, can we change my picture? And he showed me the difference in, just how he looked from that short period of time. And he was, incredibly dialed in with his nutrition and his workouts, had a life change, stepped away for a little bit and came back. And now he's locked in again and dialed in. And I'm just really proud of the transformation that he's had and getting back into it.
That's awesome.
And his consistency has been great.
Yeah, just hit 300 workouts. Yeah, he's crushing it right now. Awesome.
Yeah,
Let's go,
keep
Curtis.
it up, Curtis.
All right. So, like we said, good segue into this week's topic, all or nothing mindset. I think this is something I wanted to bring up because we hear it on the training floor. Coaches are hearing it on the training floor of like just every little thing, right? I want to work out more, but like I don't have the time, or I don't have the time is always a big one. Or I want to meal prep, but I don't like eating the same things. And so people are almost unknowingly in this all or nothing mindset. And I say unknowingly because we're thinking it has to look a certain way, right? We're thinking, we think meal prep, it has to all be the exact same meal for 5, 6, 7 days a week. Or, I want to start a training program. It has to be 6 days a week or it doesn't count. And really, that's not the case, right? And it's one of those things where it comes down to the person and really kind of honing in on what are those habits, what are those things that are actually going to suit you as a person individually that are going to work towards getting you to those goals.
Right. And I think this all or nothing mindset, a lot of times people think like they have to be all in 100% of the time. And that's just not sustainable in the long run. Like I've heard people talk about, you mentioned workouts, but even with nutrition, where they think, okay, I'm either all in 100% of the time, I'm nailing my nutrition 7 days a week, or the wheels come off and it's, I'm not hitting any of my nutrition goals. I stop coming to the gym and, it's like they're not following through with those healthy habits. And then it's, either all on or all off. And they think that there's no in between.
Right.
But really, I think the best place to be is kind of in between, where it's not perfection. We're not expecting to be perfect 100% of the time. We're really encouraging people to be consistent, and how that consistency with those, small daily habits, or consistency with like, hey, let's hit 2 or 3 workouts a week, get consistent with that, and then let's go from there, grow from there. So, And that's really, I think, more a sustainable model than trying to be perfect 100% of the time all year.
Yeah. And I think part of it is we're so hard on ourselves, and I say we just people, we're so hard on ourselves with, okay, well, it has to be all or nothing, or it doesn't matter. And again, like you're saying, it's not the case. Like one healthy choice of like choosing one healthy thing that you can eat at a meal, or if you just know that you're, traveling, it's the summertime. Is there one small thing that you can do for yourself, whether that's getting your water in, upping your protein? What's one small choice that you can make that's going to make you feel better, but also make you feel like I've not missed the boat, so to speak?
Yes. So we've been rolling with this shift program, this 12-week group coaching program. And this is one of the things that we talk about in shift all the time, how consistency beats perfection and really focusing on those small daily wins and start small and get really good at, even if it's just eating breakfast in the morning, as an example. Like, let's get really good at that one habit, build on that. And then from there, okay, once you're comfortable, it's become part of your routine, you have processes in place to where you're hitting that breakfast every day, then add to it. And I've found, at least from this group, and from women and men that I've talked to, when they apply this type of approach, it's much more sustainable in the long run, and it becomes part of their daily routine, and and then you can build on it and grow from there.
Right. Yeah. And that's such a good point. And it's things that people aren't even necessarily noticing. Like, oh, like, I don't know that not eating breakfast is actually a reason why I'm eating more later in the day and I'm being super hard on myself. Or maybe I should drink a little bit of water before I drink my coffee in the morning. Right. It's those small changes that I think can help us start to step out of that all or nothing mindset and give ourselves a little bit of credit of, oh, hey, I actually am working towards these things. And those are good examples. I know we're just over halfway through this first round of our shift program. What would you say are the biggest wins, Brandy, or the biggest, the needle movers, the game
Yeah.
changers?
So I think thinking about, so shift, we're focusing on 6 really high impact habits. And over the course of the 12 weeks, we spend, time focusing on each of the 6 habits and developing processes or daily actions around each of those different habits. So it might be, if your goal is to drink more water. So then you would set up a process where maybe you fill up a bottle of water before you go to bed and you set it next to your toothbrush in the morning. So in the morning, that water is sitting there, you brush your teeth, and it's there waiting for you, and you start drinking water. So that's one action or habit that you've added into your routine. So some of the wins are around developing those systems. I've heard people talk about how they have so much more energy, they're feeling more confident, they feel like they know what to do and how to do it. I've heard, with getting more hydration has made them feel more energized, how they're finally hitting their protein goal.
That's such a big
That's
one.
a huge
People
one.
have stopped in my office to tell me like, "Oh my gosh, I've been able to actually cook enough proteins for the week and I'm like hitting my protein goal and Brandy's been on me about it." And so it's super fun to hear those wins too.
Yeah, and we break it down into simple, easy steps. And again, it's about consistency, and small practices over, like, okay, I'm not expecting anyone to be perfect right off the bat. Like, let's just build in these small daily habits. So consistency with protein, and different ways to start to get that number up. It's a challenge for many people. They know that they need to get enough protein, but not really sure how to do it. So that's been a huge win for people on, finally hitting my protein goal, getting in more daily movement. So outside of the workout, that's been another one that's been really impactful for people, because, so many of us are sedentary during the day. We have jobs where we're, sitting most of the day. You drive to your workout where you're sitting in the car, you get your workout in, and then you drive home. And then oftentimes people are then, sitting when they get home. So adding in that additional, like, opportunities for exercise or activity, whether it's like an exercise snack
Yeah.
or getting up and walking in the morning. So those have also been some pretty big wins for our shift participants as well. And they're feeling just really excited about just building these routines into their lives, and it's starting to feel easier.
Yeah.
And because it feels easier, it's just, so much more doable.
Yeah. And I think too, with it being a group program, the women that are in shift, it's so cool to see how one person's, biggest struggle is actually something that another person's struggling with. And so hearing how someone's going through that, and it's, I think you say this really well, of systems over willpower, right? Like
Mhm.
the progress over perfection, where it's
Yes.
we're making sure that to take those small steps to build the habits. And it's like, oh, actually, like I'm dealing with that too, or this piece has been overwhelming for me. Like, let me see how she's been able to do it. And so they're learning from each other, but also from the program. And so it's
The
great to see to kind of backtrack and take yourself out of that all or nothing mindset too.
Yes, and the sharing of information from each of the participants and, sharing their struggles, sharing their wins with each other, it has been, like you said, really, really helpful. They're learning from each other and they're also supporting each other. They're accountable to each other. So each week we jump on the call and the first thing we talk about is, okay, what were your wins this past week? What did you do really well with, and what were the challenges or the struggles? And then how can we, talk about those together and support each other and then come up with, ideas together on how to overcome those barriers and that accountability piece has been really important too, and knowing that other people are going to be there for them
Yeah.
if they have a week that's challenging. And again, we're not expecting anyone to be perfect. We know that there will be challenges, and that's okay. The overall goal is just consistency. And I mean, that if you can be consistent with something in the long run, even if you're never perfect at it, that beats perfection every single time, whether it's in a workout or nutrition or,
Anything in life.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the cool thing for them is they get to kind of create what consistency looks like based on their lifestyle. So that's what
Right.
it's all about too. I love it. Yeah. So we're halfway through this round of shift. Our next round is going to be starting end of September. Is that right?
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. September 23rd, we'll be launching the second round of Shift. And I'm so happy with how this first round went. And I know that there have, been some really great progress for this group that's going through this first round. And I can't wait to launch the second one and get more people involved.
Yes. I've already had people asking, like, how can I sign up? Or like, what do I need to do? So if you're curious, want to hear more, catch me in my office or Brandy. Let us know if you're interested. We're happy to chat with you. You're gonna hear us talking about it more and seeing more around the gym about it. But we're so excited that it's been going so well. And yeah, I mean, again, progress over perfection, getting out of that all or nothing mentality. And yeah, so well said.
Yep, it is
Anything else?
possible. It's possible to change your life through small steps.
Yeah.
Small daily actions, and I'm seeing that take place within this group, and I can't wait for the next group to experience it as well.
Yes. Amazing. All right. I think that's all we have for you guys this week. But progress over perfection. Structure beats willpower. Is that right? Structure?
Yeah,
Systems.
systems.
System, structure, same thing. And we'll be back next week with more great stuff.